Now, there's one mineral that a lot of people over the age of 40 start to really care about because they get osteoporosis or osteopenia, and the doctor's like, you're losing bone density. Um, and a lot of people say, okay, well, I need to start taking calcium. But you mentioned in one of your videos why that might not be a good strategy as far as supplementation to supplement with calcium. Can you talk about that? And what are the things that we should be considering with regards to bone health?
Yeah, I will say, first and foremost, that the American Heart Association had published a study that took a look at over 5,000 people in this particular case, and they found that generally supplementing with calcium was not necessarily beneficial. In fact, it was actually detrimental, especially when you look at coronary artery calcium scores and things like that. So when you're looking at overall heart health, circulatory health, things like that, I caution you tremendously with taking a calcium supplement. We do not generally find ourselves deficient in calcium. That is not a common problem. The osteoporosis piece is absolutely a real deal, but that's more about calcium getting into the right place, right? That's more about shuttling calcium into the bone, which is more of a vitamin D3, K2 issue more than anything. So if you're concerned with that, I would highly suggest vitamin D3 or getting out in some sun and supplementing some vitamin K2 so it's going through the proper pathways of storing in the bone. Because what happens when you take a calcium supplement is it's not like it's just magically going into the bone. It's circulating, and calcium and magnesium actually oppose each other. So you're in a kind of a constant balance between magnesium and calcium. And if you have too much calcium, you're counteracting magnesium, and you find yourself in this like excitatory state where your muscles are contracted and where you're having much more excitability in the neurons. And you really want to keep that at bay. That's not a good thing. It's not a good thing for the heart. It's not a good thing for the muscles, not necessarily a good thing for the nervous system. So magnesium is much more important in that game than calcium. And again, with our diet, you really do seldom come across, diets that are really deficient in calcium these days. Like we usually do get enough in. So it's not like you find out, okay, I've got, a certain degree of osteoporosis and I'm going to go and I'm going to start drinking a bunch of milk or start taking a calcium supplement. That's probably not going to help you out too much there. So I just caution people with that. It's much more important to pay attention to vitamin D, much more important to pay attention to magnesium, and just get good amounts of calcium from the diet rather than an exorbitant amount from a supplement.